I wasn't too happy with this session because I ended up doing less work than the previous time. And I don't really know why that was. I did exactly the same stuff. So started off with push-ups, AMRAP set at the very beginning. I think it's a very good starter and also a good finisher that allows me to get some work done for the upper body whilst I am mainly focusing on the lower body lifts for this session in particular. And the only real focus that I have for this specific workout here is tricep work with some overhead extensions. And the push-ups are doing a good job at getting the blood flowing in there and preparing the triceps without overly fatiguing them. Now, Romanian deadlifts, I did 2 sets with 105 kilos. I was going up 1 rep from the previous session, so this was a good part of the session that I was happy with. Stayed at 8 reps on this first set because the previous week I kind of overshot the amounts of reps that I was doing without leaving myself too much wiggle room in terms of reps in reserve. So I thought that I would stay at 8 for this first one here and increase the second one by 1. So I was doing 8 in the first one, 7 in the second one, and both of those were kind of in the 2 reps in reserve ballpark. 2 challenging sets that I feel I should be able to progress towards 10 repetitions in the next few weeks before moving up in weight and hopefully not really bog myself down in with increasing intensity and volume too quickly. Hopefully, if I manage to keep these at about a 1 rep increase per session in total, I should be fine. And the same thing can also be said for the tricep extensions that I was doing in a little crammed in front of the rack here because there wasn't that much space. So I added 1 rep on the total from the previous week. And because last week, the previous time I was doing too heavy of an increase from the first time that I reintroduced this exercise in my rotation, I thought that I may have done too much too early, too quickly. So I was glad to see that at least I was able to increase by 1 rep without feeling like my triceps were going to tear apart from my elbow. And in here, I am really trying to control the negative and kind of getting it to stretch my arm and my shoulder to get a bit of a further extension and placing a bit more tension on that long head. And then as I am raising it up, try not to get into a vertical position where there is no leverage that can keep extra tension or constant tension on that. Still getting to slightly lower rep ranges because I want to be able to get a bit stronger on this, not necessarily doing too much volume, especially because I was also doing some push-ups for a good amount of reps for a couple of sets. In here, it was the front squat. So at this point, I was feeling like my legs, especially my quads, the anterior part of my thighs, were actually kind of tired. And I didn't really know why. It definitely wasn't because of the Romanian deadlifts. I mean, yeah, the quads are contracting isometrically as I'm going down for reps, but they aren't really a mover there. They're more like a stabilizer. So the tension and the stretch that's placed upon them shouldn't really be fatiguing me before I get into front squats. But what happened was that as I was getting in the middle of this set here, I was feeling like I was never going to get to 8 repetitions. And the previous time I did 9 in the first set and I believe 7 in the second one. So in this one here, I was barely getting to 6 in the first set, and the second one I had to cut to 4 because I was actually feeling soreness in the middle of the set, which is something that almost never happens. I may have done too much, and I should have realized that if I was feeling like this in the first set, it was probably a good idea to not go in for the second one because I was too fatigued. Maybe there is some lingering fatigue from the football game that I was playing. I don't know, but I wasn't really feeling that great. And also for the next couple of days, my quads were completely destroyed. I don't remember the last time that I was feeling so much soreness after training my legs. That's weird. Ciao.